Hi, I'm Bob Spinozzi, and welcome to another edition of Healthy Living with Emerson Hospital. Today we're going to the Emerson Health Center in Westford. Opened in 1998, Emerson Health Center Westford was the first of the hospital's several off-site health centers. The Westford Health Center gives access to primary care, pediatric care, and full-service lab and imaging services. Center also provides a full complement of specialists that include orthopedics, dermatology, ophthalmology, OB/GYN, among others. Now, our primary visit today will be at primary care and Westford internal medicine. For today's topic, we're going to talk about some winter safety tips to help keep us healthy during the next few months. Joining me will be certified family nurse practitioner Karen Hoang. Karen received her bachelor's degree in nursing from the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, and then her master's degree at the Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences in Worcester. Karen, thank you so much for being with me today.
My pleasure, Bob.
So here we are, wintertime, shorter days, colder weather. Yep. So what are some of the ways that we can keep healthy during this time of year?
Keeping healthy during this time of the year includes getting lots of rest, making sure you're well hydrated, having a healthy diet, and really getting a lot of exercise. We kind of think about exercise more in the summertime, but it's also important in the winter.
And I know this time of year, for myself at least, my skin gets really dry, so I have to use a lot of moisturizer.
Using a nice hydrating lotion so that we're protecting our skin barrier to protect from any type of breakdown is important.
Okay. You know, this time of year, we just, we lack our attention to diet and exercise, and it's just important to keep reminding ourselves that we're just not going to feel as active this time of year or be as active.
Yes, that's very true. Especially with the holidays coming around, we might overeat more than we should, and that can really affect our health in many different ways as far as blood pressure or our blood sugars. So it is really important to be cognizant of diet and exercise.
And with the exercise, you can take a simple step, no pun intended. For instance, coming here at Westford Internal Medicine today, we took the stairs instead of the elevator. Some people might join a health club for the winter time. And I know that Emerson has this fantastic Steinberg Wellness Center in Concord on Baker Avenue. And they have many, many programs that are really great for mental health as well as physically for you.
And that's really important too, especially because of the lack of sun, and seasonal affective disorder can play a huge role in that. So getting the endorphins up and having mental stability, I think, is very important for health.
And you're referring to that seasonal depression, what they call it, SAD?
Yes, SAD.
Yeah. So also this time of year is the time of the year where you're going to maybe get the flu. I've already gotten my flu shot, and I think most of you have as well. Good. But what are some of the other things that we can do to protect ourselves from getting the flu or a cold?
Again, hand washing is really important, and making sure you're coughing into your sleeve or into a tissue versus your hand, where you're touching multiple objects and surfaces where you could pick up these potential viruses would be important too. Getting enough sleep and, again, maintaining hydration, I think, is really important.
Okay, and I know that the flu shot is not a cure-all. It helps a lot from what I understand. But last year, the flu shot was not very effective, as I recall. Is that true? And are you getting any early indication on this year's flu shot?
Well, I think it's a little early to say this year, but last year, yes, you're right, it was not as effective. But I also saw studies saying that there was a decrease in the amount of adults that were being vaccinated, and I think that really affects herd immunity in the community.
Here we are, Westford Internal Medicine, and you're going to be treating winter and snow-related injuries this time of year. Yes. So tell us about some of those.
Shoveling can really exacerbate any type of injury that may already be there. Being, again, cognizant of making sure that you're actually physically fit enough is going to be really important before we start pulling all the shovels out.
And maybe wearing the right foot gear because you're really susceptible to slipping. Do you get many concussions or sprained ankles and broken bones?
I get a lot of slips. I do get a lot of slips. Black ice is a huge problem around this area, especially how cold it gets. And so making sure you're salting the driveways before heading out is going to be important.
Okay. So Karen, with concussions now, what are some of the warning signs that we should be looking for?
Some of the red flag signs that I like to call them about concussions would be severe headache, signs of stroke, maybe intractable nausea and vomiting would be one concern that you should really seek medical attention for.
So Karen, what are some of the favorite items to have available during the winter?
I think those little hand sanitizers that you can kind of carry along with you is great. Yeah, I have them in every single purse. So I think that's really important too, because you never know whether or not you'll have access to a sink or to soap, so hand sanitizer is important. I think carrying a spare flashlight in the car would be a good idea, especially with it getting so dark out lately and scrambling to get the keys out of your purse. You might want to just watch out for the black ice. Having an extra water bottle at hand would be effective too, and also carrying tissues around wherever you go.
And the hand sanitizer that we mentioned before, of course, but yeah. Okay, well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us. I know you have to get back to work.
Thank you. It was nice
And it's been great. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And thank you for watching Healthy Living with Emerson Hospital. See you next time. So Karen was very informative, Leah.
I thought so too. I learned some important safety tips now that we're into winter.
Tough time of year for a lot of us. So
It is. Winter comes with some challenges and some joys as well.
It also brings on 2019.
Indeed.
And you're going to be doing the first show for Healthy Living with Emerson Hospital. And we're going to do it from the Littleton Firehouse.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. So we're going to have some of our educators at Emerson Hospital coming to share with us a new campaign that we have going on called Stop the Bleed, which is ways to educate the general public on preventing lots of bleeding, whether it be for a variety of circumstances, including mass casualties.
Okay. So again, we're going to kick off 2019 with that show. So tune in.